and welcome to the Kirby Krackle Quarantinecast here from the studio in Seattle with Matt Murdoch, ukulele, Spider-Man mug. It's a shame you guys can't see how cool it looks on that side. I'm not left-handed though, but just for the sake of it, let's do this. Oh yeah, here we go. Got some tea. Got my grandma sweater. I'm ready to do this. Good morning, everybody. Pause, take a breath, Kyle. Okay. I've been working on this for a while. In between full-time childcare. Let me tell you a little bit about, I'm gonna back up a little bit. I've never done a webcast before. I have only performed on stage for about 25 years and done podcast interviews. I've never hosted a podcast. I've never done a webcast. But I thought this would be a good use of time, because we have time. And I thought this would be a way to connect with you guys in a way that I haven't done before. I always joke that I'm right in between Generation X and Millennial, where I feel like I turned 40 this past year in October, and I'm open to interpreting new technologies and mediums of communication, but I have my go-tos. So this is me reaching out far, but I think it's going to be okay to do here, and you guys are making it really fun here. Let's check out these quotes. Tyler, unpacking my comics for a recent move. Seems like the perfect timing to have this on. Dude, you had to move during this? Oh my God. I don't envy you. You're the man. Ghostly Kyle floating around. Yeah, Benjamin, good morning, dude. Singing along, waiting for the stream to start. Good to have you, man. I'm going to try to make these a little bit smaller here. Here we go. And who else are we hearing from right here? We've got Lauren. Kyle, been looking for this for weeks. Thank you, Lauren. Glad to have you on here. I hope this is what you guys want it to be. I don't know what it's really going to be. I don't know what it's going to turn into. I think it's something that we can figure out together. Ben says, are you feeling better today, Kyle? I hope. I'm mostly feeling better, man. I got my strength back. If you guys know, I had to put last week off because I was freaking sick as hell for 3 weeks. Not with the big nasty, but some kind of cold that like wouldn't go away. Anyways, that sucked hella bad. But I'm feeling a lot better now. I got my tea. If I have to have a coughing fit, I'll just throw you guys on mute. You guys will know what's going on. I'm not dying. I just want to spare your ears because it doesn't sound good. So, 7 p.m. in the UK. Hum Gruffin. Good to see you, man. Okay, here we go. Good to see you too. Shout out to the UK, a place I haven't been, but I definitely want to go for sure. Let me do a little welcome here. I think this is going to clock in about 45 minutes to an hour. We're also going to archive it if you guys want to watch it at a later time, if you're at work or you're on a break or just tune in for a little bit. About me, if no one knows whether here, my name is Kyle Stevens. I'm better known to you guys, I think, as nerd rock artist Kirby Krackle. And so since 2009, I have been writing and playing songs about the best, about what I feel like is the best in comics, video games, nerd music. I've toured Comic-Cons all over the world, been to Australia multiple times at Supernova there. Shout out to Australia and all our fans there. Have a great time doing that. About 4 years ago, I wrote the part of the soundtrack to the Guardians of the Galaxy cartoon on Disney XD, so that was really fun to do. That's like a newer kind of highlight of the Kirby Krackle career. Put out 5 or 6 different records, tons of singles. You can find out all of that at kirbykracklemusic.com, which is right there. That's for later. It's kirbykracklemusic.com. And I just have evolved into songs specifically about comic books, into more songs about geek culture, and as geek culture, which was so niche when it started, but when Kirby Krackle started in 2009, into something that has obviously overtaken the entire world, and what happens to our culture when that happens, and how I see it through my musical lens, and then also just overall positivity as the world has been changing. So that really started with a record called Mutate Baby in 2015. And then my acoustic record, Suburban Hearts, Vigilante Hymns, which was very specifically about that in 2018. And again, you can find all that at kirbykracklemusic.com. So why am I doing this right now? Well, I'm doing this because this is a shit show, as you know, and we are all going through this together. And I wanted to do something to document uh, this time in the world and my experience with you guys. Obviously, not being able to get out to Comic Cons this year or do any concerts. Crackle Fest, of course, was canceled in early March, which feels like 3 years ago now. I don't know if that feels like it to you guys. This past month feels like forever. And so, with no shows on the horizon and social distancing in full effect, and wondering when we will ever get back to wanting to congregate in a sweaty rock club, which I do not blame anyone having apprehension on doing. I'm gonna do this, and then when we can switch back to that and do this at the same time, we will do that. But for right now, I'm gonna put out music. I'm gonna do this. I am very curious to your guys' quarantine experiences, and I would love to hear about them. So if you would be interested and sending those to me at kirbycracklemusic.com contact, whether in written form or video form. I'd love to feature your videos here on the show, put a face to the name, give the human element to people who are watching, and really give that personal touch of your personal experience if you'd like to share that. My experience, which I haven't talked about very much, has been very difficult. And I don't think that's not unlike anyone else in the world right now. My friend said to me that we all have a different level of hard going on right now. And I think that's very accurate. Whether you are wondering how you're going to pay rent, whether you lost your job, you or your partner lost your job, or you both lost your job, whether you have a family member that is sick, or the worst possible, a family member that has died. I'm so sorry if that has been your experience. I think we all have this shared collective trauma that's happening right now that I think we need to talk about and acknowledge and know that it's healthy to have conversation about. And of course, not everything has to be public like this. It can be with your friends or your family or your worship provider, your pastor, your talking to the wall, which I've done a couple times. But I went from full time doing this every day, recording music every day in my office, to, because I have the weirdo job, and Kirby Krackle is a weirdo job, let's be honest, being full time childcare for my 4-year-old daughter. So Wednesdays used to be the day where I didn't, in the old world, where I didn't record and I watched her all day. Now Wednesdays is my one day to record or do this. So we have flipped the script, like that Drake song, and I'm choosing to spend my time doing this, hopefully putting what you feel like is some goodness out in the world and some light, and having a conversation that hopefully we can make a regular thing and that you guys find enjoyable. So that's why I'm doing this. And every day kind of feels like Groundhog's Day to me, except I think today's going to feel a lot different. So I'm thankful for you for being here and helping me do that. So we have a very special show today. Number one reason why, because, I think I erased the logo. Yep, I did. Okay, Grandma Crackle's on the show today. Grandma Krackle, my Grandma Jackie. I have two grandmas, Grandma Gloria, Grandma Jackie. Grandma Jackie, we'll call Grandma Krackle for all intents and purposes right now. She sang on Grandma's house. She is the one who is the featured voice of the Honey, You're Weird, But I Love You. I love you too. She is that person. And I asked her if she wanted to be my first interviewee, because I have never done an interview before, and she is 95 years old, and she's never been interviewed. So I said, let's just throw that hot mess together and see what happens. But I think it ended up pretty good, as you guys will see here in a second. But first, we're going to do the super fun thing and go to comments here. I'm getting all these comments from Facebook and YouTube. Let's check out a couple here. Let's see here from Eric Sales. Any new music on the horizon? Yes. I'm working on new music all the time. There's something that will be coming out very soon that was unexpected, a collection that's going to be coming out very soon. You guys heard about here for the first time. And I just put out a single, I Want to Quarantine With You. I wanna, in parentheses, quarantine with you. It's like a 90s R&B freak jam. that I wrote at the beginning of this whole thing. In retrospect, I think I maybe should have waited a couple of weeks to get a little different perspective, but I think it holds up. So I'm happy about that. You can find that on the Kirby Krackle website. That's a free download on our Bandcamp. Let's see here. Sean, happy quarantine fest with you and Grandma. It's on. You're going to see in a little bit. She's coming up. I bought your first 2 albums at my local comic shop. Have been a fan ever since. Thank you very much. You know, supporting your local LCS is very important. I know I have switched Real Talk to a lot of digital issues on Comixology, but I make sure I go into Subspace Comics here in Linwood, Washington, and pick up some trades, pick up comics for my little girl. And we've been reading a lot of My Little Ponies, excuse me, and stuff like that lately. And we got to support these businesses just like restaurants, your local LCS, and making sure everyone gets out of this okay. Is KK stuff on iTunes? Physical copy's been played way too much. Do you have vinyl? I do not have vinyl. The reason I don't have vinyl is because I've never felt comfortable yet dropping the $5,000 it takes to make up a vinyl print of just one record. That's the reason I've never done that. I love vinyl. I want to do it. I think if I did it, it would be in the frame of more of a best of, which we're gonna kind of get to later. A couple episodes from here. Some stuff I'm thinking about. I think it's time for a new updated best of and a little different way of presenting it than I normally have. Randall Perkins, Grandma Krackle, you know it. She's coming up. And Nerd Funk Gangsta, hey, from Australia, it's 2 a.m. I can't sleep. Then this was on. Like, whoa, it's a nightmare. How'd I go to sleep now? Nerd Funk, thank you very much. I can't wait to get back. Either Melbourne or Brisbane or Sydney or Gold Coast or Perth. All those places were awesome. Yeah. So, what am I doing with my days? Well, let's talk about how this is going. We can get this out of the way here, and then we can get on to the real fun stuff. Again, I want to hear how you're doing. I want to hear about how you're spending your days. You can let me know at kirbycracklemusic.com/contact by sending a video or a written text. I'd love to read it here, or play your video, even better, or a voicemail. That would be a voice memo sent to that, where you can find that address, where you can find the email. Okay, so here's what's going on. I used to spend every day rocking in here. Now every day I get up. It's about 7 a.m. and my little girl comes running in. Hey, can I watch a show? Hell yes, you can watch a show. That's the only way I'm going to greet this Groundhog's Day Bill Murray movie. It's official now. And we watch Dinosaur Train. If you guys know that song, then you know that song. We get up, we take a shower. I get to take a shower. We get some breakfast. We play a little bit, and then we go for a bike ride. Now, this has been a highlight of this thing for me, is teaching my little G how to ride a bike. Okay. She is very apprehensive to any new kind of thing, as you can imagine. So I haven't even tried to put on the quarantine mask on her yet, because we don't go anywhere. We just might never, ever go anywhere again, just so I don't have to deal with that. But she was really afraid to ride her scooter. And then she finally became a boss on that. And now we got her a bike for her 4th birthday, and she fell twice. Okay, she fell twice, really bad. Training wheels, but she turned the handlebars a little too much, and she just went over, right? So we've been learning, you go here, you don't go here. You go here, you don't go here. And it was very inspirational to me the day that she got her confidence back on that. Because I think I've been, I don't know if you feel like this, but I've been having some confidence issues, wondering like, what the hell am I even doing in this new world? And where does what I do fit in everything that's happening in the great unknown? But I will choose to believe that it's all going to work out. And some days are better than others. I know it comes in waves for me, and maybe it comes in waves for you or people in your house. But I think, especially with people in your house, the goal is to not have the waves go like this. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. So that's the goal there. But I wanted to share a video that I took. Maybe you saw this on social media. I popped out the Osmo Pocket, which I can't find now. Shit, where is it? Hope I didn't lose it. Well, we'll see. I popped it out. I did this video after we watched a bunch of Kanye West and Jay-Z videos. We made this video. I hope you enjoy it. This is someone getting their swagger back. So let's get to why you guys all are here. I interviewed my Grandma Jackie, aka Grandma Krackle, this week, yesterday. It's a little echoey. I got to figure out why that is. Again, first time doing this, but I'm feeling good. About the interview that we had, we talked about some things, getting that 95-year-old perspective, that aged fine wine perspective. And let's check it out. Without further ado, here is yesterday's interview with Grandma Krackle. Okay, we are here today for the first interview on the Kirby Krackle Quarantinecast. We've got Grandma Jackie here with us. How you doing, Grandma Krackle?
I'm doing Grandma Krackle. Oh, that's great.
I have a little tag that says Grandma Krackle underneath your face. Thank you for being the first guest on the Kirby Krackle Quarantinecast. There's a thing called webcast, but because we're in quarantine, this is called the Quarantinecast.
Okay, that's great.
Have you ever been on a webcast before?
No.
I have never done a webcast before.
Oh, great. This ought to be good.
Excuse me. This is my first time. We're recording this the day before it debuts tomorrow, or today when it's playing, April 15th. And what's it like over there? Is it nice over where you are today?
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's very sunny. It's going to be nice and warm today.
I know. Are you out on your back porch a lot these days and stuff?
Yesterday we sat out for a while. It was nice.
Good. Yeah, no, that's one of the great things about this time is I can't imagine if it was just rainy and gross and not being able to go out at all.
I can't either. I've thought of that so much that if it were raining, well, we would get through it because we have to.
Yes.
But it wouldn't be as pleasant as it is now.
No, I don't think I've ever walked so much every day in my life because, Katinka's my daughter for people who are watching, and I'm on full-time daddy daycare right now, except for Wednesdays and 2 hours every day, which is why we're doing this here today. But we go on walks every day, and we go on bike rides, and there's just like all these families out everywhere all the time.
Oh, are they close together?
The people who live together are close together.
Oh, I see.
But it's interesting because you'll I don't know if you've gone on very many walks recently at all, but like people will be going down the same side of the street and someone moves to the other side of the street.
Oh, that's good.
I know, except when people don't do that. And then it's just like a last minute shuffle. Like, if you're in the grocery store and you're walking into somebody and they're kind of like, you go, no, you go, no, you go. And then eventually someone just goes.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's kind of cool. It looks like what I heard being in Europe was like where people go out and walk after dinner or walk after lunch as families, like multiple generations that live together.
Oh, and that's okay. Oh, they live together. So
yeah.
They're all together. That's right.
Yeah. I think as long as they live together, that's good.
People have asked me, I was in the hospital recently, and I remember the physical therapist asking me if I remembered the Spanish flu. I didn't even know what he was talking about. I wasn't even born then.
I know. He was asking if you were around in 1918.
Yeah.
Did you hit him?
No, I did not. I wouldn't do that.
I know. I would. I know. 1918 is the last time that happened.
Yes, and that's when Uncle Frank was born in 1917. So he must have been. He was around. But I'd never had heard of it before.
And Uncle Frank was your brother?
Yes, right.
Yeah. So he was born that year?
1917, yes.
Crazy.
Yeah. The whole thing is crazy. Although for me, it's been kind of not too bad, I don't think, because I've been by myself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think I'm lucky that I do have the girls here, and someday I'll have caregivers again.
Yep.
But we have to wait till some of this is over, I guess.
Yeah, but the ants have been taking care of you and you're eating good, and I hear you're
Oh
eating
my
really
goodness.
good.
They're all wonderful cooks. They're great.
So you're having like pie and stuff like that and
Oh
special.
no, we haven't had any pies, have we?
What?
No, we haven't. We've had a lot of desserts, but not pies.
Hmm.
But every dessert is different and it's great.
Who do I need to
And the
talk to over
meals
there?
are wonderful. They are. All my daughters are great cooks. I have 4 daughters. You know that.
And my mom's one of them.
You know them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the lyric.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You belong to one of them.
As is the lyric in Grandma's house for which you are known. My mother is a baby that she made. That's one of the lyrics.
Yes, I do know that.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. That's
No, that's fine.
Hey,
I like that song.
so if people don't know you, you are not only my grandma, but you are since 2013 from Kirby Krackle from the Grandma's House song from the Sounds Like You record. You are a voice, as it has been told to me, in nerd lore.
Oh, is that what it is?
You are famous within nerd music circles. From what I've been told, and and you are one of only, I think, 2 guest stars that I've ever had do vocals on a Kirby Krackle record.
Who was the other one? You?
Well, me, yes, I'm my own guest star. GMK the Great, he was on that song "Roll Over," off an older record. He did the rap on it.
Oh, okay.
That now I have to do every time, and people always think he's going to come out, and then they just have to deal with me doing the rap.
Oh gosh.
And so people, I have dressed up like a grandma for Grandma's House when I performed it.
I saw that, Kyle. I have to interrupt you because
Yes,
I
please
saw
do.
that the other day, and I thought, I hope I don't look like that.
You don't look like. I thought I looked like a pretty lady, and Katinka said, she goes, "You do not. You do not look good," is what she said, just like that.
Oh, you didn't look bad, but I just thought, that's not a substitute for me.
No, your hair is different, and
maybe not now.
Well, no, your hair looks better than my hair looked then. So so you're on that song, and people are always begging for you to come out to shows, but I said you can't give the people everything they want. You got to keep some magic, you know.
Well, good for you, because I was going to say that I am in bed before you even start to be on the stage.
But see, I'll do an afternoon show though. I'll do like an all ages show. I'll do whatever. If you're ever motivated, I will do whatever that needs to happen to facilitate this, and it will be the best Kirby Krackle show we've ever done, and then I'll just be done.
Who would come in the daytime?
Family, everybody would come to that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'd pay $10 just to see that song, and then we'd give all the money away to I don't know, Pause or something like that.
Okay.
We can figure it out. Are you into some questions?
Am I?
Yeah, are you into some questions that fans have asked?
I was going to ask you, because I don't see you, I was going to ask you how your family's doing in this crazy time.
We're doing okay. I think that it comes in waves of it being hard and it being easy. And I think that's exacerbated by having a 4-year-old who also goes through waves of being hard and being easy.
You know, though, I saw her on my iPad the other day, and I listened to her, and I thought, you know, she would be fun to have around, because I don't even think she knows exactly what's going on, does she?
We finally explained to her in the terms of coronavirus. So she says, we can't go next to people because of coronavirus. Coronavirus. We can't breathe their germs. And and she's not so stressed out about it, other than she can't see her friends, and preschool's canceled. But I mean, we ordered some masks. We're not going to the stores or anything, but we ordered some. We're doing delivery right now. That might change in the near future because it's harder to get signed up for now or find times for.
Uh-huh.
Um, but like, I don't even want to see her in a mask. Like that's sad to me.
Oh,
So, I mean, I know if we ever go somewhere, we're gonna have to do that. But we were trying them on, and I was just like, I hate this. So it made me sad. And then the other day, she was playing with some kids at the end of the street, but the mom, and very right to do so, we talked about it, drew lines on the sidewalk from which they couldn't get close to each other.
oh, that was good.
And it was good, but it was also just like, I made sure I
Well,
took a picture of it to look back someday, like, can you believe this? That we had to do
yes,
this?
that's right. Has she seen Indy, her cousin, with
Uh,
a mask
on
on?
no, maybe. Yeah, she saw her in the
Oh, okay.
hospital with the mask on.
Oh,
But the masks that we got are black, and so we're gonna have to like bedazzle or do puffy paint on hers or something because she
yeah.
is not into it.
Does it bother her to wear it?
She won't even put it on. So
Oh, I see.
yeah, yeah. So we got a ways to go before that happens, I think.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
good luck.
Well, thank you, thank you for asking. And I know we're working under a time frame because you got your physical trainer coming, right?
Yeah,
A little
physical
bit.
therapist.
Oh, that's not like for weightlifting. That's not.
No, no, I'm not weightlifting
That's
yet.
not like a performance plan or anything. That's physical therapist. Okay,
Okay,
I was confused about that.
okay.
Let's get to some questions because I don't want you to be late for that.
I
Um,
will.
so I highlighted some of the really good ones here from Cracklehead. That's what Kirby Krackle fans are called, Crackleheads. Ron Lorenus, he said, "Grandma, what was your first reaction to being asked to do Grandma's house?"
Oh, I was surprised to begin with,
Yes.
but I was really kind of honored too to have you do that.
Uh huh.
And and it's gone on so long, which has surprised me.
I know.
I didn't know it would go on so long.
You mean the song? You mean people would be talking about it for that long?
Yeah, right.
Well, I think it's one of the weirder things that I've done, but also I find the weirder things are the things that land the most. So
Well, I know, and it just seems like everybody gets into it when I've heard it. When you
yeah,
played it for me, it just seems that everybody gets into it so much.
it's a high. Well, it's like a dance song too, and like every time we do dance songs, people really like that. So I'm trying
Oh,
to
do they? Oh,
clue into that more, and also songs about 95-year-olds people really like. And so I don't know any other 95-year-olds. I don't know. You're my one source. So I just have one song.
oh, okay, that's good.
I remember when we did it. I said, and I've told this story on stage before. I was trying to ask you if you would be into it, and you go, "Why? What is this for? What are you gonna do? What are you doing? What is this for? What are you gonna do?" And I did a tempo like this, and I was just saying like, "Honey, you're weird, but I love you," and we just did it in the tempo of the song. And then
Uh-huh.
our producer took it and moved the sound wave around and made it so it fit right. And we were laughing so hard when we did that. So it was really fun. And then I don't know, did you think it would sound like that when you got it? Like, did you have any idea what that would be?
No, I didn't. I really liked it though. Uh, no, I didn't know what it was going to sound like. And then, of course, then when I won't appear on your show because I'm in bed,
Yes.
then and you do it or somebody in your band does it, says that,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound right to me.
It doesn't it doesn't sound good at all. It doesn't sound, oh, I have an idea. Like this is a live stream that we're doing. What
Yes.
about at a show? I just rent a big projector and we have a live stream where when that part happens, you just turn on your nightlight and say it and then turn it off. That would be good. Excuse me,
You've
gosh.
got great ideas.
Hey, some of them the world never asked for, but then we do them and it's good. So we asked you your reaction when you first heard it. My buddy James Winston says, "How does it feel to have your voice be a staple in nerd music culture?"
Weird.
Weird. I think that's appropriate. That's
I
the right.
never would have guessed that.
No, no, I know. But it's true. I love it. Adam, I think I'm pronouncing this wrong. Desian. He said, "What do you have a few of your fondest memories?" The first thing that kind of comes to mind, being 95 years young on this earth.
Oh my gosh. Well, to begin with, I never thought I'd live to be 95 years old. And it just, it isn't any different, except my body isn't what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I still can, I still, I think I have a pretty good memory.
Yeah.
Uh, I hope I don't talk kooky.
No.
I haven't heard that I've done that, and I think I would hear that from somebody if I did.
Well, you always call me my cousin Kane and my cousin Kane Kyle, but you've been doing that since you were 60.
Honey,
So
that's been so
I know
forever.
since you were 70, so that's fine. That's a
Yeah.
pass.
Well, I did it before then, I think. Yeah. I remember my sister's name was Allie, and I was Jackie, and my mother used to always call us Jally.
I haven't heard that before. That's funny.
You hadn't heard that? Oh,
Uh-uh.
yeah. So it comes. See, I come by it honestly. I guess it must be a gene or something.
That's okay. I would be worried if you didn't. That's what I think. That's maybe would be something to tell you if you started calling me the right name and Kane the right name.
Oh, okay.
Then we'd be like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah. So she's changing.
um, so yeah, because I feel like when I've read about other people ask the same question, if they feel what it feels like to be 95 or 85 or 90, is your brain doesn't feel different, and that's the hardest part. I mean, is that kind of what you're describing? It's like you don't feel different; it's just your body feels different.
My body feels different. Yes.
Yeah, and
My brain. Uh, I don't know that it feels different. Well, it does feel different. I mean, you're 95. That's
yeah,
pretty old.
yeah, but you're sharp as hell. Excuse my French.
I didn't get that.
I said you're sharp as hell, though. Still
Oh, that it was the hell that I didn't get.
sharp as heck. Excuse me.
Sharp as heck, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Um, and I want to talk to you a little bit because I thought this was interesting. I want to see if you could maybe expand on it. Is kind of on the start of this whole thing in quarantine. I asked you. Oh, I was thinking about maybe different points in the world where this, or different points in the timeline of the world. Excuse me, where maybe this experience has happened in a little bit of a like way. And I was asking you about World War II in terms of the country kind of coming together, and if that feels like this to you, or if it feels a little bit like it. I just want to see if you could expand on that.
Well, I think it feels a little bit like it. We came together in different ways
Yeah.
than we're doing now because we can't do anything different.
Mm-hmm.
But we could be all together.
Yes.
But what the good part was, everybody came together at that time. So that's why I have hope for this. If everybody comes together, that it will continue and get much, much better quickly.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. Common goal where there was a common enemy physically. This is like an invisible common enemy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I think the good part is, I think people are nicer to each other.
Mm-hmm.
During World War One, I meant World War II, excuse me. I felt that way. I felt that everybody was friendlier and just nicer to each other. And that's the one thing. And well, before this all happened.
Yeah.
But I think when it's over, people are going to be much nicer to each other.
Yeah. I hope so. I've read so many different articles lately talking about, like, as hard as this is, whenever in our lifetime or in anyone's modern lifetime have we experienced something where we just had to stop and see what it's like when the world had to stop, right? Like when are we ever going to be allotted this opportunity for time and reflection and a moment to kind of take stock of what we really like and what we don't like, and almost like a chance to rebuild the world going forward in a way.
Yes,
in
that's
terms of
right.
how we treat each other, for example, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like grocery store workers are hugely essential and important in getting people food. Like, think if that whole thing fell apart right now, what would we do?
Well,
I mean,
yes, that's what I wonder too,
yeah,
because
those are the first responders.
yes, and I think people are. I have a nephew that's in a nursing home,
Hmm.
and he says he puts on his mask, goes out in the hallway, thanks all the helpers every single day.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, that is such a nice thing to do because they really are working at doing their job,
Hmm.
and they are doing a good job, I guess. But I just think it's good that he will thank them.
Yeah,
But
because they need
he
to be
has a
thanked.
chance to do that because he can put on his mask and go out in the hall and talk with them. But
Yeah.
well, we can't do that.
No, we can't do that. But we can, we can, if we haven't been to the stores or we haven't had face to face interaction with people in these very essential roles, we can be very thankful going forward all the time, overtly, I think.
I think so. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah. It's kind of a reshuffling visually and experience wise of what's important and who truly is keeping everything going. And a lot of these people are way more than I think we ever knew, because I think we just took it for granted, just going to the
I
grocery
think
store.
that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think when it's over, I don't think people, I mean, will be so thankful,
Hmm.
and then we won't think people used to do stuff like that, just took it for granted.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be better people for it.
I hope so. I hope so. And I think that people writing articles and doing stuff like we're doing today is a document of that. So if we do forget, right, we have this visual and auditory constant reminder, hopefully going forward.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
right.
more people talk about it. Um, Great. I know we're getting close to time when your personal bodybuilder trainer helper is going to be there. But I thought we could do something I thought was very on brand for you and I and why we're here talking. And also, very aptly was this question was put out by Zach Nordwell.
Oh,
We know
okay.
Zach. Zach is a Kirby Krackle super fan. When I first met him, and you guys know him from growing up in Port Angeles, and become a friend, and is now my accountant. So the circle
Oh,
is
that's interesting. His
yes,
parents are your Aunt Robbins and Tom.
yes, 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 yes. So he put this question out: what is your favorite type of cookie? But I'm going to do a little game here for the first time called Cookie Cage Match. And we're going to play Katinka saying it here this morning 3 times really loud.
Cookie cage match. Cookie cage match. Cookie cage match. Cookie cage match. Cookie cage
Oh, I
match.
played it again. Well, I told her,
Match.
it's not Cookie Cage Mash, but that took about 5 minutes for her to get it. But that would have been fine too. So we have a game here, 4 categories. We're going to do this real quick here. I'm going to ask you your favorites, and we're going to end up at the end with maybe what is your favorite cookie, which might be very different than you would have thought if I just asked you directly.
Oh,
So
okay, we could
watch.
try. I don't quite understand that, but we'll try.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you compare this cookie or this cookie. You're gonna give me an answer.
Oh, I see.
Then I'm gonna say this cookie and this cookie. It's kind of like a NBA basketball bracket where we're gonna end up with the best one.
Best one.
Okay.
Okay.
Chocolate chip or butterscotch?
Chocolate chip.
Okay. Oatmeal or snickerdoodle?
Oatmeal.
That was quick. That was a lot quicker than the last one.
Well, I had to think.
Okay. No bake or meringue?
Oh, I know you like meringue.
This
I
isn't
like
about
no
me
bake.
though.
I
No,
know
no,
that.
no
But
bake.
I like no bake
No bake. Okay.
if they're done right. And I
Oh,
have,
how are they done wrong?
well, I haven't been able, when I was baking cookies, they weren't like I used to bake them. They got too dry.
Oh, that's not good.
but they tasted okay.
Is there a bad cookie, really? Like if it's too hard, I guess that's not good.
I don't think there's a bad cookie.
No. The cookie that you find on a sidewalk might be a bad cookie, but still then,
No,
that might...
I wouldn't eat that.
You wouldn't eat that? Okay.
No.
All right, we got a couple more, and then we're done with round one. The last question of round one is peanut butter or ginger snap?
Ginger snap.
Ginger snap. Okay. It took me a while to find that last category. I totally forgot about ginger snaps. Okay. Now, round two, using the best of round one, chocolate chip or oatmeal?
Chocolate chip.
Okay. All right. Using the best of round one, no bake or ginger snap?
No bake.
Oh my gosh.
That's chocolate, you know.
I know. It's kind of different. Okay, now we're gonna do an air horn here. This is the I have these new toys on this thing. Okay, we got the last category question: chocolate chip or no bake. If you were on a desert island, you only had one kind of cookie.
Chocolate chip.
Oh my gosh. I'd say predictable, but not, because I thought you were gonna say ginger snap the whole time for some reason.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, I was
love
wrong.
Ginger snap, but I like them all that you named.
I need some cookies now. Can you bring some over? Oh, we can't see each other. Oh.
No, we can't. No.
Well, Grandma, I want to show you also as well. We're giving away these stickers in a little bit here. These Grandma's House stickers that we have here. Yes, I know you've seen those before. I can almost make it look like it's my head or your head. Oh no, I can't do it because you have your own camera. But we're gonna be giving these away. I'll let people know how we can do that in the near future. I want to thank you very much for being my guest here. I think we're getting you done right before physical therapy is gonna happen, and I love you and thank you for being a wonderful grandma and for being so fun.
Well, thank you. And you know what I think?
What?
I think you're weird, but I love you.
I love you too. Let's end there. Talk to you soon, Grandma.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.
You did great.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
There you go, man. From the source, 95, never had an interview. 40 years old, never have given an interview. Excuse me. Oh, man. Costs are coming back, of course. Hey, I see some new people are in on here. Thank you so much for joining. Let me see here. Jody Spencer. What's up, Jody? I love playing your birthday party in Edmonton. It said, get that woman some pie. Yeah, she has enough. I don't believe that she doesn't have any around there. That's skeptical. I don't know. We'll travel to see Grandma Krackle, Randall Perkins. I will too. I would too if I could. We went and saw her through the window the other day. That was pretty gross and sad, but also really fun. And AJ Real, I believe you are referring to Chocolate Chip. Gentleman from LA says, go with the classic. Good to see you, AJ. And yeah, go with the classic. Chocolate Chip, that's the way to go. I'm the same. Cookie cage match. We're going to do more of that maybe in the future. That was a good time. Your grandmother's delightful. Right on. Thank you very much, sir. All right, and we're going to combine with the first half of this that I botched and canceled, and we'll stitch together later. And this, we're looking at about an hour, I think. So we've got a couple more things to talk about. I know I was talking about the Grandma's House stickers there. And what I want to do is run a contest, all right? This is called a quarantine fro, okay? It's not so big because I tried to tame the beast a little bit, but it's pretty big. It's bigger than I've ever had in my entire life, other than when I was like 8 and just didn't give a shit. So I've never had my hair this long since I was like 21. It's usually kind of high and tight, but I'm letting it go. This is rock guy big decision stuff, okay? It might not mean a lot to you. It's a big deal to rock guys. So I'm going to let it go. And I originally said I'm not going to get it cut till we get a vaccine, but I don't know if I can go 2 years. Hopefully not 2 years. But I'm going to let it go. If you too are in a situation where you haven't chose to shave your head, no matter who you are, I want to invite you to contact KirbyKracklemusic.com. with a photo. I want you to send a photo of your quarantine fro. Hashtag quarantine fro. Maybe it's just a little big for you. Maybe it's a big deal. We'd be like, oh shit, that's a quarantine fro. I want to see it. I think everyone wants to see it. Gentlemen, it has to be untouched. A little around the ears is fine. Whatever you got to do to put it out there. Ladies, this also counts if your roots are growing out and you're about to lose your mind like mine is. And I'm like, just let it go. Let it go, let it go. Let those roots grow out now. Quarantine fro, hashtag quarantine fro in the subject. Please contact that address and I will post your quarantine fro. The 5 fros that I feel are the best quarantine fro, hashtag quarantine fro, I will send a grandma's house sticker to. I won't sneeze on it. I won't cough on it. I will put on gloves. I will sanitize it. I will put it in an envelope, and whatever the hell happens between my home and your house is in God's hands. But if you would like to do that and participate, hashtag quarantine fro, kirbykracklemusic.com/contact. That would be wonderful, and I would love to hear from you on there. A couple more things I want to say here is I'd like to give a very special birthday shout out to longtime Cracklehead Avon, and I hope they have a very special 16th birthday on their special quarantine birthday day. I hope you're going nowhere. Bummer, I know, but you got to stay safe, Avon. I really hope you do. And I also want to give a shout out to Tyler Crone. He says there should be a cage match every episode. Is that a cookie cage match? Is that any kind of cage match? My guitar player CJ, whenever we go to a restaurant, he always turns to the waiter. He said, "In a cage match between the fish and chips and the gumbo, what would it be?" Cage match. And they're like, "I don't know. I just don't know." Like, I think they always think he's flirting with them. He's definitely is not. And so, yeah, maybe it could be any kind of cage match. Again, send your ideas there to contact. I need help writing the show. Again, I don't really know what this is going to be. I know there's going to be some music played over there next week. I got to get over this crap all the way first. And we'll bring music because I know that's why you guys are all here as well. So signing off, I hope you guys are staying very safe. I hope you guys are staying healthy. I hope you guys are trying to keep your mind right. I hope you guys are talking to people when you need to and letting people know when you're having a bad day and you can take some time off if you do. And watching out for yourself because no one knows how to deal with this. We've never been here before. And I do know we're going to get out of it. It might look very different than than what we thought of as a previous time in our life, but we are going to get through it. And I love you guys, and thank you for giving me a reason to be here and doing this. I'd love to hear what you think about the show in the comments, wherever you're watching them. And you guys are great. All right, rock.